All right, I think we are ready for Coach Beamer. Coach, we make an opening statement, then we'll open up for questions.
Yep. Give Coach Stoops and Kentucky credit. That was a SEC fist fight right there. Knew it would be a four-quarter game, and that's exactly what it was. And they made more plays than we did down the stretch. Give them credit. Certainly disappointed from our standpoint. Had plenty of opportunities. Certainly looking at it, got to be a whole lot better on third down. When you go 3 of 12 on third down and only run 51 total plays on offense, it's hard to win football games. So saw some good things that we did, a lot to build up on again. Wasn't good enough tonight. I want to thank our fans. We asked for a rocking atmosphere, and it was from Gamecock Walk and throughout the game. We fed off your energy, and we appreciate you. And we got to play and coach better for you next week, and that's what our plan is right now. So be glad to answer any questions.
David with the first one.
Hey, Shane, thanks for doing this. Not to sound like a broken record, but offensively, what's the main problems, and what are you guys going to have to look at over this next week?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. Obviously, ran the ball 26 times for 58 yards. Not good enough. Luke carried the ball some tonight and didn't look great all the time running it. He's continuing to get where he feels, 100%. And had some good runs, but just had too many negative runs. So, each week's different, David, and right now it ain't good enough. Our defense played their butts off tonight and gave us every opportunity to win that game, and we didn't get it done.
Ben Portnoy.
Shane, you guys kicked it deep with about 2.5 left. I guess I'm just curious, just what went into the decision to kick it deep, and what were you guys kind of seeing?
We have clock charts on the sideline based on the time remaining in the game and the timeouts that you have, or how many timeouts you have left, and whether if you kick it deep you'll be able to get the ball back, and if so, with how much time. And the onside kick is, there's not great odds of recovering the onside kick. I mean, not to say that we wouldn't have, but the way our defense was playing, our defense played their rear ends off tonight, and the way they were playing, I had confidence in being able to, kick the ball deep and use our 2 timeouts and get the ball back, hopefully with field position and some time remaining.
Colin.
Yeah, Shane, you mentioned on your teleconference last week you want to be aggressive. What went into the decision there to go for on those 2 fourth downs on back-to-back possessions, and what did you see on both of those plays?
The first one, I think what was it, 13-6, I think, or whatever it was at that time. If I'm not mistaken. Just trying to be aggressive. Hindsight being 20/20, you kick the field goal there and you cut it to 3. The way your defense is playing and you have momentum. As the drive was going on, felt, good about if we got it to 4th and, I think that was 4th and 5, if I'm not mistaken. If we got it to 4th and 5 or less, feeling good, about our chances of converting. We had the look that we wanted. I was going to use a timeout there if we didn't like what the defense was in. We felt good about the play we had called versus the defense they were in, and we got to execute. And then on the second one, same thing. The second one was more just with the way our defense was playing and the way they kept bailing us out. I never flinched thinking about our defense, but I didn't want to keep putting them and keep asking them to get stop after stop after stop. At some point, we got to convert a freaking 4th down or 3rd down and get a freaking 1st down and help our defense and score touchdowns, and that's what I was trying to do.
Ben Briner.
Hey, Shane, 2 kind of quick schematic questions. I think it was right after one of the turnovers, you had kind of a double screen that ended up getting kind of sniffed out. I wanted to ask, was it possible that the ball could have gone to to Juju, I think it was to Luke's right, before it kind of went back to the other side? And the second question was, on one of those 4th downs, there was a roll that ended up going to carry on the flat. Was that kind of the read you wanted and just kind of a matter of they made a play and you guys sort of didn't? Or Could it?
The play to DK, the fourth down play, they made a nice play. I didn't, we've got a couple different options on that play. I mean, that was a formation and a play that we felt good about, throughout the week in practice. And same thing on that one. I mean, we got the look that we wanted, the defense that we wanted. There's a couple. I mean, it's a rollout, and he's basically got, I think if I'm remembering the play correctly, 3 options on that thing. And it just we have a corner route on that. If I'm remembering the play correctly, there's 3 options on the rollout, and he could have thrown it anywhere. He chose to go to DK. Their guy made a nice play, and then I'm sorry, Ben, I don't remember the other one you're talking about. I promise you, if you ask that on the teleconference tomorrow night, I'll have a better answer for you. The plays are, I know we only had 51 of them, but they run together.
Corey Diaz.
Shane, you talked a little bit about those 2 drives after the turnovers that the defense got for you. What can you recall about just some of the maybe missteps in terms of the execution on those 2 drives, and why do you feel like it ultimately just didn't potentially go your way on those 2 drives?
The one I'm remembering the most recently, I mean, we ran first down. I think it was the last drive. We got the ball around midfield. We ran first down. We ran outside zone, and their big nose tackle made a nice play in the backfield. Second down, Luke scrambled, scrambled, and I think we got it back to like 3rd and 9 or something, if I'm not mistaken, over there on their sideline, or 3rd and long, whatever it was, and then the pass underneath. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's hard to remember play after play after play from every series tonight. I mean, once I have a chance to look at the video, I'll help you. But there's a lot. I mean, we had nice runs tonight. Comes back with a holding penalty on one. We ran a little underneath screen to Rico that we felt was going to be a good play. That was on one of the last drives, I remember correctly. I think that was a second and long call maybe, and that's one. Luke's got to let that play develop a little bit longer before he throws it. But just execution. Felt good about our offensive plan coming into tonight, and just got to execute better.
Dick Cox.
Shane, how frustrating is it to you? You were able to get 3 turnovers from your defense and got 0 points off of turnovers tonight.
Yeah, very. I mean, when you win the turnover margin, which I guess we've done now 2 games in a row with Georgia and Kentucky, and we've lost both of them. That is disappointing for sure. And when our defense is playing like they're playing and getting turnovers for you and making big stops, and not just getting turnovers, but getting turnovers and giving us great field position, we got to capitalize. Jalen Foster got the interception there down there when they were going in to score on the 1-yard line, and then that was a good, we ended up punting, but we talk about when we're backed up like that to be able to flip the field position, and we were able to get the ball out to midfield, and I think that was our last drive of the half, and then, felt good about where we were at halftime, and then coming back out there in the second half, and just didn't, it wasn't good enough in the end.
Colin.
Yeah, Shane, this might be a better question after you got to watch the film a little bit, but what did you see on the 3rd downs that you guys struggled with, or was it just a combination of a lot of different things?
I don't know. I mean, we had 12 of them, so give Kentucky credit. They made some nice plays, and we got to execute better.
Ben Briner.
Shane, wanted to ask, that first drive, it seemed like your defensive line got moved around a little bit, and then they rallied and kind of really got it together. What was sort of the message, and what did you see kind of from them corrected?
Yeah, a couple of those was just misfitting some gaps on that first drive, and that was a big drive for Kentucky to go right down the field and like they did, and punch it in for 7. I mean, they knocked us back. We got out of some gaps when we're committing a lot of people to the run, which is what we were early. We've got to be able to knock these guys back at the point of attack and not let the running back fall forward. And he did a nice job of playing physical and falling forward.
Take 2 more, Jacob Phillips and Ben.
Coach, you guys came out and started throwing the ball a lot more to start the second half. Was that an intentional halftime adjustment, or was it just more of a reaction to Kentucky's defense?
No, it was a little bit at halftime. I mean, we felt going in at halftime that, We had done some. We had some runs that we liked, but we knew that we needed to kind of loosen them up. I mean, we felt like we were wearing them down a little bit just from with some of the tempo we were using, and that we at that point we hadn't thrown the ball down the field and over their heads, and we've got some good receivers, and we've got to continue to throw the ball downfield and take shots.
Last one goes to Ben Portnoy.
Shane, kind of to that a little bit. It seemed like Luke definitely settled in a little bit more as the game got on. I mean, were you seeing that same thing? And I guess just with him, what's maybe the next progression? How much of it is just him getting back and knocking off the rust? And at least what were you seeing from him tonight?
No, I thought he did a good job. He was poised and was able to communicate between series well. And with him, I mean, I wouldn't just say, yeah, the rust, but I'm not making excuses for Luke. Let's not act like Luke's some 4-year starter either. I think he started his 3rd career game ever as a college quarterback tonight. So, yes, I know he started some games down the stretch. It's his 2nd year as a college football player, and it's his first start of the season and his 3rd start ever as a Gamecock. Does he need to play better? Yes, but, I mean, Luke gave us a chance to win tonight, 17-25 and 158 yards and ran the ball enough to keep teams honest. He's got to continue to get healthy. He's got to get more and more comfortable and knock that rust off, and then he's just got to continue to grow and mature as a quarterback, which he will. I mean, there was a lot of ugliness tonight. I'll be the first to admit that. But man, the way that our guys just kept competing and fighting and battling till the end, that's something we can. I'm very proud of our players' effort tonight. And I hope our fans recognize that, how hard they played and how much they just battled. Now we've got to continue to help them as coaches and get this offense better quickly and continue to, help get better on defense. I mean, defense played great. Defense, we also had a couple critical holding penalties at the end of the first half as well that were tough to overcome as well. And we've got to continue to clean that up and just get better as a football team. Got a good Troy team coming in here next week, and got to get better in a hurry.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.